Hello students, welcome to the session. This is Sweta, your English master teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you are doing super amazing. So today we will be beginning with the second part, okay, of Glimpses of India, that is Coorg. We have already completed the first part that was Baker from Goa, and today we will be starting with Coorg. Okay, it's a beautiful lesson where we will be knowing about Coorg, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful tourist spot, guys. So if you haven't visited, like me, I have not visited this place, and after reading this chapter, really, you will be wanting to visit this place at least once in your lifetime, right? So this is by Lokesh Abrol. You can see Lokesh Abrol is a multifaceted personality, right? Doctor, then a social worker, traveler, writer. So let us see what he talks about in this chapter called Coorg. So we will be visiting yet another super amazing place after visiting and tasting, having that taste of that bread of Goa, baker from Goa. So definitely we studied a lot about Goa and it's famous. Baking, how baking was important in Goa. So now we will be delving into another part of India, that is Coorg. Beautiful. Okay, so we will be doing the summary and important question and answers of this chapter called Coorg in today's session. And in the next session, we will be having the next chapter, that is Tea from Assam. So we will be delving into we will be visiting another very beautiful place in the next session, that is Assam. So let's get started, guys. So you can see how beautiful this looks, right? It's a heavenly place. It's a heaven in earth. Where is this place located? Between Mysore and Mangalore. It is the smallest district in Karnataka. And what is it famous for? Evergreen forests, spices, and coffee plantations. These are the most important, things that is found in Coorg. Okay, so guys, who all are here from Karnataka? Give me a quick high five. So, people from Karnataka, have you ever visited Coorg, or other people as well? Have you, any of you, who has visited Coorg? Please give me a quick high five in the chat box and let me know how was your experience. And if you have not yet visited, you are like me, so we will together take a virtual tour right now in this beautiful heaven on earth, right? Okay. So the best season to visit is between September to March. Okay, because that time the weather remains perfect. So if you are planning for a trip, guys, then plan it in between September and March. So definitely December is not bad. Yes. Okay. So the people, now let's talk about how this slide is talking about the people of Coorg. Okay, so, people of Coorg, according to various legends, so we will come across various legends. Please take a note of these legends because they will be asked in your papers as well. Same for tea from Assam also. Okay, so people of Coorg, they are of Greek or Arabic, descent, and it is said, according to a legend, that Alexander's army, a part of Alexander's army, they settled in this region and they could never go back to their place. Okay, so it was impossible for them to return. So what happened is they married amongst the locals and their culture seeped into the locals as well. And therefore, we find that their, customs, traditions, they are quite different from the mainstream Hindu custom and religion. Okay, then talking about their dress, okay, they wear a long black coat, that is the traditional dress, long black coat with embroidered waist belt, which is similar to the kufia worn by Arabs. Okay, so this waist belt that is worn by the Kodavus or the Kurgi people, they are known as kupia, and that is similar to kufia, which was worn by Arabs. Okay, see, this is kufia worn by Arabs, and this is a similar kind of dress, the long black coat and embroidered waist belt, that is known as kupia, which is worn by the Kurgi people or the Kodavus. Okay, so the people of Coorg are also known for their hospitality. Okay, so hospitality, we all are Indians, and we are really known for our hospitable hospitality, right? So definitely we we have this tradition of Atithi Devo Bhava, right? We all believe in this tradition, right? Devo Bhava means we treat our we treat our visitors, our guests as God, right? So that is the tradition of Atithi Devo Bhava, which is definitely talking about our hospitable nature. So this hospitality is also there, and Kurki people, they are very brave, valorous, right? So valor is an important factor. Okay, valor is an important factor when we talk about the Kurgi people. Okay, so look at this very, very, very important point which you should not miss. General Cariappa, the first army chief, was a Kurgi. The Kodavus are the only people in India to carry firearms without a license. Very important. Both the points are very, very, very important. So General Cariappa, he was the first army chief. Okay. So we can understand about their tales of bravery that is recognized in the army as well. Okay. And the Kurki regiment is also a very decorated regiment in the army. Okay. So, and the Kodavos are the only people who are allowed to carry, firearms without a license, right? Then we come across the beautiful places to visit and the very famous tourist spot. Okay, so guys, a variety of wildlife like the Mahaseer. Mahaseer is a freshwater fish, kingfishers, squirrels, langurs, so many animals you can find here. Okay, so as I told you that this place called Coorg, it's very rich in the forest heritage. Okay, so they have evergreen trees. Okay, so evergreen trees having thick canopy that will definitely inhabit a lot of wildlife as well. Okay, so these are some of the wild animals that you can find: kingfishers, squirrels, squirrels, langurs, elephants, all these, right? And then Coorg is also very famous for its high adventure and energetic adventure sports. So people who are fond of adventure sports, you can definitely visit Coorg. Even I am very fond of adventure sports, right? So any of you who are who has done any of the adventure sports? So I have done only river rafting. What about you guys? Please do let me know in the chat box if you have done any of these adventure sports in your life. Of course, you wish to do it, right? So if you are ready, if you are eager, then definitely Coorg is something where a place where you should definitely visit. So river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, so many adventure sports. So lazy people out there, if you go to Coorg, you will be filled with energy because Coorg is such a place which is going to make you super amazing, super energetic. Okay, and also you can have trekking there. So people, if you love trekking, then Coorg is a place where you can definitely visit. Then the Brahmagiri Hills, again another important tourist spot and beautiful tourist spot as well. It will give you an awe-inspiring and a panoramic view. If you climb that hill, you can see the entire landscape, right? A walk across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisar Gandhama. So if you take a walk, so there's a rope bridge. Taking a walk across that rope bridge will take you or lead you to the 64-acre island of Nisar Gandhama, right? So Brahmagiri Hills, this rock, this rope bridge leading you to the island of Nisar Gandhama. So these are some of the very important spots that you can definitely visit. All right. Then we have another very important place called Bailakupi, which is where you will find the largest settlement of Buddhist monks. Okay, so you can see how it is diverse in nature. You have Brahmagiri Hills, you have this island. Then again, you have the largest Tibetan settlement, right? It's in such a small place. It's the smallest district of Karnataka, right? But still, it is so diverse in nature. Beautiful, right? These Buddhist monks can be seen dressed in red, ochre yellow robes. Okay, and then so that is all about Coorg, guys. So I hope this actually is very informative chapter. And if you're planning for a trip or a visit to Coorg, then this is the perfect place you will really enjoy, with a lot of adventure sports. If you are an animal lover, then you can also enjoy the wildlife over there, right? And the beautiful, it's a heaven on earth, right? So scenic beauty, nature, you will be in close proximity to nature, so you will definitely have a very beautiful and amazing trip. So guys, let me know how many of you, after reading this chapter, how many of you are planning for a trip to Coorg. Well, after reading this chapter, I did make a plan. I mean, this is a place in my to visit list. So, guys, for how many of you there is Coorg a place, which you have planned in your to visit list? Please do let me know in the chat box and in the comment section as well. So now we will see the quick revision notes. You can go through these notes. Okay, I'm not going through this, but this is whatever we have done so far. So I have made revision notes for you guys, so you definitely can go through. You can download the slides definitely, and you can go through these revision notes. I'm sure you will be this will give you a quick revision of whatever we have done so far. So now guys, before entering into the question answers, let's think about joining Vedantu and gaining 100% marks and scoring and having 100% knowledge. So if you want to join us and score 100% marks and gain 100% knowledge, just visit the link in the description box and pin comment. You can have unlimited live classes with fun and high level quizzes. You can compete with the students throughout the world. You have interactive replays with live quizzes and leaderboards, and the content that you can download. That means no problem with notes. Now you will be able to get all your notes with the master teacher's handwritten notes, which you can definitely download after each and every session. And your doubts will be solved in the class, because it's not always possible for one teacher to cater to all the doubts of so many students. So we have a complete team of class teachers devoted to only this doubt solving of yours, guys. So after each and every session, you will also have assignment, and we do take tests. And if you actually get to that test, I mean, if you we also give you the performance report of that test, so you will be able to analyze where you stand, right? So you can also avail 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses for competitive exams, that too in less price. So here is the link in the description box, and this is the coupon code SWREPRO. Okay? So applying this coupon code is going to have some magical power. I'll just show you right now what's the magic. So this is the magic, guys. We are giving you 50% off. So there is the link in this description box and pinned comment. And Christmas sale, this is our Christmas gift for all of you guys. And this is valid till 27th of December. So please hurry up and avail this this limited offer, guys. This 50% discount. So it will give you the course only at 1349 for a month and 4999 for 3 months, which actually comes down to 6 rupees per class for a month and 8 rupees per class for 3 months, guys. So that is complete 50% discount. So please don't forget to avail this, and this is going to be even cheaper than a packet of Lay's. You know that already, right? Okay, so you just need to visit the link in the description box and use the coupon code SWREPRO. So now we will be entering into the important question and answers. The moment I am going to ask you the question, you need to give me the answer in the chat box right here within 2 minutes. All right, so the first question is extract based, right? So we will be reading the extract and we will be solving the question. So please stay tuned. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. How beautiful. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. Coorg or Kodagu, the smallest district of Karnataka, is home to evergreen rainforests, spices, and coffee plantations. Right? So now this is the beautiful extract. I think this is taken from the very beginning of the chapter. So let's check what is the question related to the extract. What kind of animals are we likely to see at Coorg? Coorg. Wild animals, domestic animals, marine animals, none. Very simple question, guys. Answers should be given right, immediately in the chat box. So let's see. Very simple. Wild animals. So because there are evergreen trees, as I told you, thick canopy, right? So definitely it's going to inhabit a lot of wild animals there. So it's a beautiful place with and a favorite haunt for the animal lovers as well. Okay. So next is, what is Coorg known for? Tea, bakers and bread, evergreen forests, spices and coffee plantations, or none of the above? Come on, guys. Yes, it is known for its evergreen rainforest, spices, and coffee plantation. Okay, guys, so let's move to the next one. Which word in the extract means the same as having to do with war? Very important. This is a vocabulary based question, guys. Vocabulary based questions are very important, especially now when you have more questions devoted to your objective type, right? So because extract based questions have also now become MCQ questions, right? So vocabulary based question is a very, very, very important part. Options are kingdom, martial, proud, none of the above. So I think you have already given the answer in the chat box. So let's check quickly what is the answer. It is martial. So please note that martial means having to do with war. It is related to war. Okay. Next is the subjective question. So how many of you have got all the three objective questions absolutely correct? Give me a quick thumbs up in the chat box. Okay. So next we have the subjective question, that is, from where have the inhabitants of Coorg descended as per the legend? Please give me the answer in the chat box. Okay, so of course they have either, they have Greek or Arab origin. So according to the legend, they have, a part of Alexander's army could not go back to their own place. So therefore they settled in India and they married among the locals, and their religion, their tradition is quite different from that of the mainstream Hindu culture. Okay? Okay. So next is, how has the Coorgi tradition of courage and bravery recognized in modern India? Very important question. So as I told you about, General Kariyappa. So you remember that, right? He was the first Coorgi, right? So he was a Coorgi, sorry, he was the first general, and he was a Coorgi. So definitely we can understand how Coorgi tradition of courage and bravery is recognized in modern India as well, and they are still allowed to carry firearms. That point also you have to mention. And what else? Let us see quickly. I hope you have given the answer in the chat box. So definitely you have to mention the tradition of courage and bravery has been recognized by awarding the Coorgi regiment with the most number of gallantry awards. That means they are the decorated, they are the most decorated regiment in Indian Army. Okay, and they are the only Indians who are allowed to carry firearms without a license. Also mention about General Karyappa. All right, guys. Next question is, how do Coorg's location, people, and natural features add to the diversity of India? So basically, this would encapsulate the entire chapter. Okay, so starting with the location, then the people, then the natural features. These are the 3 points that you have to mention, and these are the 3 points. You can actually divide the chapter into these 3 subdivisions, like location, people, flora, fauna, natural features, right? That covers the entire chapter. Okay, so definitely it is beautiful and described as a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. It has rolling hillsides with a pollution-free river, forests teeming with wildlife. Also mention what are the please mention the names of wildlife. Okay, names. I'm writing your names so that you do not forget to mention the names of the wild animals that you find there. Then here nature exists in its pristine glory. Okay, coffee plantation, spice plantation, we find there. Then Kodavus are a martial race. Then now we will switch to the people here. Martial race, then their hospitable nature. Then they are famous for their hospitality. Okay, So these are some of the important features which definitely add up to the diversity. And also mention the places. Places are mentioned here. Natural features, no. So places are not mentioned here. So definitely location, people, and natural. So these are only limited to these 3 points. Okay, so please mention all these 3 points. Do not miss anything, right? And now we take the next question, and I think this is the last question that we will be doing, or we have another one. Okay, the Kurgis are descendants of Greeks or Arabs and are still able to maintain their traditional practices, right? We have seen that. Okay, do you agree that following these practices today is important? I mean, following our traditional practices, sticking to our roots, are these important? What do you think? So definitely it is important to follow the traditional practices. Why? Because it has kept the tradition of Kurgis known to the people. So definitely that is why we are reading the chapter called Coorg, and we are knowing about their traditional practices, right? So then if they had not followed their traditional practices, it would have perished. It is important to preserve our tradition, our culture, right? And nobody have would have remembered them today, sorry, because of their culture and traditional practices. But today we are remembering them, we are reading about them. It is only because of the fact that they are practicing their culture, right? Their culture can be seen in their religious rites, their marriages, in their martial tradition, right? Also their dress. Okay, so these are the important symbols of our culture, right? Which we should definitely not let go, so that people do not forget about our culture, right? So traditional practices play a very important role in maintaining values among people, and it also shapes the people's behavior, right? So that is how tradition and culture, they are a very important part of our society, right? So that definitely is something which we should preserve rather than forgetting them. Okay, because that is going to make us unique and different from the rest. If everybody has the same thing, everybody follows the same thing, then it becomes quite monotonous. So following our culture sometimes, especially that is why we have different kinds of traditions in marriage. So how we enjoy these traditions, right? So definitely that makes us, I mean, that uh, brings us closer to our roots. So we should definitely not forget that, right? So guys, I think that was a very important session, and not just as a part of your exam or writing your papers, but also understanding certain aspects like following our tradition, how important it is not to forget our culture, not to forget our tradition. Okay, and also places to visit, guys. I think you have noted what are the important places and interesting places to visit. So definitely Coorg is a beautiful place. So please tell me how many of you would now, how many of you are planning to visit this place? Okay. So don't forget to visit the link in the description box and pin comment and use the coupon code SWREPRO. And this is your homework question. Coorg's weather, when is it the most pleasant for tourists to visit Coorg? Please add this. Please, mention this in the homework answer, and post your homework answers in the comment section, guys. Do not forget that. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. See you very soon in the next session, where we will be coming up with the next chapter, that is tea from Assam. That is another interesting and a very beautiful chapter. Okay, so bye bye. Take care. Don't forget to visit the link and like, share, subscribe, and also comment on the homework answer. Bye bye.